Congratulations to West Texas. I thought they played really hard, as our team did. They just posed a lot of mismatches for us inside. You know, they have 4 guards that can really play inside and out. And I think the stats are pretty telling. They really beat us on the boards, 18 offensive rebounds. They got to the free throw line a lot. And then we just hurt ourselves at times with turnovers. But I'm really proud of our team. You know, there's a reason that they caused some havoc with us. But I thought we fought really hard. You know, we scored more points than we normally do. We scored 60 points. Defensively, we just gave up too many shots in the paint. But I'm real proud of these young ladies and what they have accomplished.
Coach, you actually outshot West Texas, but obviously you talked about the offensive rebounds. But let's talk about the foul trouble there at the beginning of the second half, especially free throws and how they got that 10-0 run on you, kind of put that separation. Talk about those fouls.
That really hurt us. You know, we're not really deep inside as far as post players, so we had to go a little bit smaller, but they were just pounding the ball inside the whole game. You know, they only took 6 3-pointers, and I thought they did a good job of going up strong and finishing. Sometimes we just we didn't get around and we gave up too easy of a shot, you know, and I think maybe some of that was fatigue, but they're going to wear you down trying to get the ball inside, and they're very patient, and they're very they don't have a lot of turnovers. So I think in the second half they had 3 turnovers. So.
Well, go ahead and address those offensive rebounds. It's a little rare to see more offensive rebounds than defensive. Was there a certain strategy you guys are a little bit afraid to foul on after a little while after they started getting more offensive rebounds there on the defensive boards?
Yeah, I think we've talked a lot about that all year, and it's something that I think these guys can say that we've struggled with when the shot goes up, you know, being more physical, putting a body on somebody and getting the box out. But we couldn't foul because we were in foul trouble. You know, we didn't want to put them on the line anymore, and really that just comes down to mentality of boxing out every time.
Coach, with 7 minutes to play, it was a 1-point game. You had to be pleased at that point. You knocked them off last year. What is it about WT that you guys get up for so much?
I knew these young ladies would play hard no matter what. I knew we could win this game. I think it's hard to beat a team 3 times in 1 year, and it's kind of been the same score every single time. But we knew we could win. I just felt like we had some execution errors down the stretch. I was looking at the possession chart. We had 3 turnovers in a row, and they score, 6 points off that. And it's turnovers that are costly, that we can't get our defense set. They get the ball in transition and get easy layups. So that really hurt us. And I don't know if some of it was fatigue, but it looked like we got a little tired down the stretch. I wish I had more timeouts.
Coach, last game was Kanisha Harris. She had 25 points against you, but this game it was David Griffin with her post moves down there. Talk about the coaching adjustments you kind of had to make. It seemed like their offense was definitely flowing through them.
Right. And we were trying to deny the high post and not let them get it into them so quick. We really tried in the second half to get up and put some pressure on them. We felt like when we put some pressure, maybe we could stop them from getting the ball inside. Again, sometimes it works. Sometimes I think we're a little too fatigued to get out and deny hard that pass. But they have 4 players that are averaging in double figures, so we knew that any of their players could go off at any time. Usually it's a different player every night for them, and that's just a credit to their depth that they have.
So you had a good game, 6 for 10. Had a lot of outside shots. Normally a post player with this team, or most of your shots are coming inside, but then coming outside and talk about your willingness to take the outside shot.
I'm actually more comfortable out facing the basket instead of my back to the basket. So when I get the post up, I'm more comfortable just out on the wing, and so I felt more comfortable today to just let it fly.
So pretty much we have 5 guards on the floor.
Yeah, a little taller.
Coach, in the first and second inning, both teams were going at it, and really there wasn't any greater than a 4-point lead until the last 2-3 minutes. What changed? Can you talk a little bit about that?
We turned the ball over. I think we had I don't know, 3 or 4 possessions where we just turned the ball over in the open court and they got wide open layups, and I thought that was a big momentum swing for them. And it was hard. Once you get down to WT, it's hard to dig your way back, and especially when there's 5-6 minutes left. They were really solid on the defensive end, and then we tried to get up and put some pressure on them and press, and I think you guys saw it. We started giving up some easy layups.
Jessica, just talk about your last game here, playing for TWU. You played 4 years, and it's tough to go out on a loss, and especially getting fouled out like that. But trying to reflect on your career here at TWU.
It's been fun. Anytime you can stay at a place for 4 years and and still just be there by the time and still be able to move, it's been fun. Sucks that we lost.
Well, you guys had success against them last year. They had on the 3 past tournaments, and you guys put a halt to that last year. And just talk about y'all's attitude, knowing that you at least came to this game knowing that you had the ability to beat them, even though you lost twice this season.
Kind of like Coach said, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and so we knew we had that advantage that we were going to get our vengeance. Like, we were going to take revenge on them, and it just didn't work out the way that we planned. But we fought hard, through and throughout 40 minutes, and I'm just happy I got to play with these group of girls this year.
Anything else for the Pioneers?